Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another Watcher Realms video. Today we are on the test server. You can see that by the white squirrel up here. White squirrel, yeah, white square up in the middle of my screen. We are on the test server. I am testing Dhalia. We're going to go through her kit. We're going to go through her Awakens. I have done a lot of testing in different areas of the game. I think she's going to be useful in maybe GVG, maybe Gear Raid 5, and AOE Arena. Those are the only places I can think she's going to be viable, but let's go through her kit. So very first thing is she has a very interesting attack range. She has a 7 tile attack range, the longest attack range in the game. However, it is not wide at all. There's nothing wide about it. So she cannot hit targets adjacent, but she can hit them in a very, very straight line. Let's go through her kit. I guess I will go through the gear real quick. She is in a curse set with attack, and crit damage with some attack and crit rate on these. I went for 100% crit, 100% crit damage, a little bit of attack speed, and a decent little attack pool. I have her in a tier of Twilight for some more attack. And let's go through her kit first before we go through the Awakens. So, generates 1 Cursed Blossom on a random tile. This is like a little mushroom thingy that deals some damage, and it slows. So, nice synergy with the cursed faction, with the slow that gains the bonus for people like Morrigan. And it also blocks tanks, so I'll test that in a little bit, but it blocks you placing other units in that area. Now, it's interesting because it says that X is equal to 1.5 of attack interval. So you do want her to have a decent attack interval, and she is physically unable to attack any airborne units. I will test that later in the video as well. Ultimate deals damage, increases damage by 30% for 10 seconds. During the skill, the hero's basic attack prioritizes igniting cursed blossoms with enemies around, dealing 270% AOE damage and inflicting slow and poison. So I wish it would say in here, you know, that if poisons can crit or not. I wish in general developers would give more information to tooltips so you don't have to test stuff like crazy obsessively. I don't think poisons can crit, so I have built her with a little bit more attack than crit damage. Her basic AOE deals damage to 10 targets, AOE damage, and every cursed blossom ignited increases the crit damage by 30% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 3. I'm assuming this is on her, so she gets a little bit bonus crit damage. If there are at least 2 instances of cursed bloom adjacent to an ally, the ally gains block increase and damage increase. Now, this is why I was kind of saying that she might be useful for GVG. She'll give additional block, helping like kind of the Zerg strategy, and she has a very long attack range, so you can place her possibly in some different places to hit some pretty cool areas. But let's go through the Awakens real quick. The very first one, Cursed Blossom, requires 1 less to trigger. So now this is the adjacent thing, right? Oh no, this is this. Okay, so inflicts 1 stack. Okay, so that triggers more easily. Wait. Oh no, this is the adjacent thing. Okay, so yeah, only 1 adjacent instead of 2 will give them a little bit more damage and block increase. So that'll be useful. More attack, okay. Deals 25% extra damage with 2 targets inflicted with poison. Okay, she does a pretty good job of keeping poisons up, that's for sure. Oh, -2 cost is kind of nice. She's an exclusive hero, so it's going to take a while to get her. Cursed Blossom also inflicts the same amount of damage and slow effect to enemies who leave the affected tile. Okay, so this like puts the curse on them. That's interesting, so they can leave and still have that happen. Okay, let's, can I even get into GVG on the test server? No, I did not register, so I cannot. I'm trying to remember the layouts. It won't even let me look at the layouts, will it? Yeah, it won't even let me look at anything or do anything, unfortunately. I'm wondering about maybe GVG. I don't know if there's a tile behind where you can attack in a straight line and hit a lot of enemies like you would do with someone like Valk. I don't know if that exists. Maybe in the keep or the garret, maybe in like the garrison areas possibly, but all right, we're going to start testing them in some content. It's going to be a long video. I will put timestamps below if you want to jump around, and that's going to be it. Enjoy the video, guys. We're going to try out in some content, see what happens. I've seen people test her in Guild Boss, and she is quite bad, so I don't know that I even really need to. Hey, look, we got multiple dungeons in here. Gear dungeon. Wait, what? I don't know why they didn't call these Gear Raid 4 and 5, but that's okay. We have this normal dungeon that we have done before. Would she be useful in here? Let me see her positioning and all that. Let's just pull out someone random. Let's put her in here. I just want to see where you would place her in some of these dungeons because she has a very interesting attack range. So that's the first thing I want to look at is where, you know, what dungeons could we use her in? Which dungeons would give her... You know, because see, they block this tile right here, unfortunately. So you would want to put her right here. Because, I mean, look at the range. Imagine if she could attack all the way across this range. So in this dungeon, she would be pretty much awful. There's nowhere where you could really put her. I guess you could put her here, but most of her attack range is basically just useless here. You can't attack the boss here, I don't think. So that's not useful at all either. So in Gear Raid 4... probably not going to be useful. She does, however, have slow and stuff. So I guess the only place you would put her is you would probably put her, you know, you'd probably put her like right here, I guess. But the problem is she has no side range. So she can't even attack this main lane. So she's not going to be used in here. Don't think. Let's go to the other dungeon and take a look at that one real quick, which I've never even seen. Honestly, I have not even seen this new dungeon. This one came out, but let's go ahead and check the other dungeon. Back. Okay, Gear Dungeon 2. Let's try this one. It's only stage 1 though. All right, let's see if she would be useful in this dungeon just in terms of her attack range, because that's what I'm really curious about, because she has a very interesting attack range. No one else has attack range anything like this. So I'm trying to figure out where they kind of designed to use her. I don't think you can use her in GR1 either because of that attack range. Here you might be able to use her. Okay. Maybe she's made for this dungeon. Who knows? Look at that attack range right there. So she can definitely be used in this dungeon. That is for sure. She can attack this direction or the up direction. Okay, there's her little flower thingies. They go up randomly. Now, can I place a tank on top of them? You cannot. You cannot place a tank on top of them. Okay, so you do want to kind of place your tank first before doing this. Let's just see how... I mean, we're in stage 1, so... Oh, this is interesting. That little thing she's got there. That is quite interesting. All right, so we actually have a boss coming this way. So actually, I think what you would do is you would probably go... First thing you would do would probably place a tank down, right? You'd want a tank down, and then you would want to place her, because that gives you... Oh yeah, look at that attack range. That is interesting. So quite a long attack range. So that's probably what you're going to be doing with someone like her. You know, let's put some other people down here. Yeah, there you go. So now look at that range, though. 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6 tile range. Pretty insane. All right, that's cool. I like it. I like it. All right, let's see this little Volca come down this direction. Again, this is very low level, so I just wanted to try it out. Oh, the boss is putting those things down. All right, so there's the thing that slowed her down a little bit. Okay. Okay. All right, I didn't bring a healer, so we were just kind of messing around here. I just was curious about her range and tanking. Okay, so we got that going. Now, she will definitely place these little mushroom clouds down, and you cannot put another ground unit. So you do want to place your tanks first and then her. Okay, so her attack range would be useful in this dungeon. Maybe she will be useful in this dungeon. I have not tried this dungeon, so you can see I'm only on level 1. Let me just go through real quick and just talk about this dungeon and just kind of read, you know, what we got going on here. If we go to stage 6 and check out the guides, let's see what we got going on. So we have a frenzied blood mistress summons 2 types of clones. One restores its own HP when receiving physical damage, and another restores its own HP when receiving magic damage. Okay, so you are definitely gonna want to... Does it say recommended? It doesn't show her as a recommended hero. It has totally different recommended heroes depending on... Why is it saying Valderon in this one but not this one? That's kind of funny. Popular heroes probably won't show up. Here we go. Let's talk about this. Defense and magic resistance seem to be the same. Okay, that's interesting. This one you can see this girl, Tormented Banshee, has really high defense, low magic resist. And then the rest, this guy has literally no resistances of any type. But it says greatly reduces the magic damage received. Okay, so you don't want to use her against this ad. You want to use it against this ad. Are these the same ads in this one? No, they are not. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I think she might be useful in Gear Dungeon 2. Now, I don't think you can even use her in Gear Raid 1, can you? If I go to Gear Raid 1 and we drop in... I don't think... Yeah, there's no tiles. She would be useless here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's the bad part, honestly, is that she has no width to her attack. She only has the long range. But anyways, we'll throw her in here because this is the damage dungeon. And let's see what goes on here. All right, do I even have gear on people? I don't even know what's going on. So what I do is I probably put her like that, I guess. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's too bad you can't put her in the middle facing up. That'd be sweet. Because you can't attack the boss this way. But man, that'd be really cool if you could put her in like the middle, attacking the boss right away. That would be sweet. But obviously that's not going to work. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll probably go like that. We'll probably go like this. I have power dominance on, but that's okay. We just want to check out the damage between her and some other heroes here and see how she does. Really curious. And then we can put you like this. She buffed her. That's interesting. Okay. Let's go to 2x. Let's get this done a little quicker here. We'll put Morgan down here. Okay, we'll pop you, We'll get these starting going here. We will put you like that. Okay, we'll put you there. I'm pretty sure my Brius is naked, but I don't know that. Alright, let's pop her alt now. We'll pop everyone's alt. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm curious the damage on her versus some of these other heroes. Yeah, she's like a mini, I cannot remember that girl's name for the life of me. Comment below, whatever her name is. Oh my god, the cold girl who puts the frost on the ground. Whatever her name is. I'm curious if she's going to do some good damage against the boss. It's going to be hard to tell what damage is coming from who, I guess. Maybe we'll just put it on auto. Yeah, we shall see. Alright, we'll wait for that. We'll use that. We'll use that. We'll use that. Get all these guys down here. We'll use that and that. We'll use this to keep them alive. Okay, here we go. Boss is coming down. I'm curious how much damage she's going to do here. Alright, in a second we will use a couple more of these. 1, 2... 1, 2. She's definitely keeping 10 stacks of poison up on the boss. So that is working pretty well, at least. For sure. Who's putting anti-heal on? Oh, Artemis is. Yeah, duh. Okay. Let's see what we did here. It seemed like a pretty quick run. Shortest clearance, okay. Alright, what do we get here? Might be okay if those both roll good. Let's see the damage now. Ooh, not bad. Decent damage. The attack range is weird, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know where they're intending you to use her. Where else do we need AOE damage like that in a single line? Can you use her in Gear Raid 2 to attack the boss before the boss does anything? I wonder. I wonder. If I... Can she attack the boss? She might be able to do some weird things with that. Let's see if that works. Boss comes. Yeah, you probably could. You could probably use her to attack the boss. Even maybe right there. Oh, interesting. That isn't gonna be interesting, I think. That's not very useful. That's for sure. Huh. Yeah, so she can't attack anything. Hmm.
Let's see if they can resist my charms.
I probably won't be able to live in 21 through getting hit by everything anyways, but let's okay, there she goes. Can she attack the boss right now? She can. Okay. Too bad everyone dies instantaneously. There might be some interesting strats here that you could use her. Just to kind of attack the boss very quickly. Kind of like what you do with kind of like what you do with Pope in this one. So I think there's an opportunity to do something in there that might be kind of cool. However, she cannot clear any of the other ads. So that's kind of going to be like, I don't know if it's going to be that useful. Gear right there, you definitely cannot use her. She can't even hit air targets. So can't even use her here, I don't think. Let's confirm that real quick just for fun. Let's just kind of throw her in here. But I'm pretty sure maybe her poisons can hit. Maybe she can hit, but she's not single target. She's AOE. So I don't think it would be useful putting her in here. But I'm just curious if she can. Like, can she hit any air units? I guess I can just test on these guys before the boss comes out. Oh, right. I can't put it there anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Can she even hit them? No, she physically cannot even attack air. So she's unusable here. Wait, what's that? She placed a thing under... Interesting. She placed a flower not on a tile. Okay, so she's definitely not going to be useful there. She is literally unusable there. I don't know where she's going to go. I'm not even going to bother testing her in Guild Boss just because I know she does very bad damage. Poison is just not really viable in Guild Boss, I don't think. I mean, compared to some of the big hitters. If you're not able to do 100 mil with a hero, you shouldn't even use them in Guild Boss. Artifact material rage is definitely not going to be useful because the only place you can place her, she would have a really weird attack range, which would be totally unusable here. I'll kind of show you that. But yeah, I don't know. I think maybe this new gear raid dungeon she's going to be useful for. But I mean, other than that, look at what is she going to do there? I guess she can attack the boss, but I don't think she's even going to do that much damage to the boss. Maybe she'll be okay against the boss because she deals poison and this boss has high armor. I don't know. I don't know where else you're just gonna... I just don't know where you're gonna use her. Really. Yeah. I don't know. Might be okay here, but, you know, as an exclusive hero for 250 summons, I mean, I feel like people aren't really gonna have a need for her. You only got one ground tile here. She might be useful in faction wars, but... Honestly, Cultist, I feel like, is one of the easier faction wars. I just don't know where she's going to be useful. Her really long range is interesting, but there's, like, really no content that uses that. Immortal Codex. Can't use her in Wasteland Titan. Hellfire Emperor can't use... Furious Torrent can't use because it's air. Yeah, so I just don't know where you would use her. She's an interesting hero, but I just don't know where you could physically use her in really any aspect of the game. Arena. Let's think about Arena. She would probably be pretty decent in AOE Arena. Yeah, she would probably be pretty decent. So if we went AOE, she would probably be pretty useful here, actually. So if we went, like, let's do like a non-ancient team, right? So we would probably use something like you. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just throw like a random team in here. She would probably be pretty useful here because she can probably attack right off the... That's where she's probably going to be the most useful, honestly. Because you can kind of attack the spawn point with her. That might be the place that she is useful. Too bad she has such a high cost that it's going to take a while to get her down. Yeah, I should have brought someone with a lower cost. Hold on, let me restart this. I think she might be pretty useful here, but she's going to be hard to get down. Right? Because she's kind of expensive. So let's, I hate how you have to go back and you can't restart and you got to wait for all the loading and you got to start over and you got to do this if you want to, and it doesn't even save your team. And then you got to start over from the beginning yet again. You got to do everything over and redo it again and 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 again. I don't have Cyrene built, which sucks because I would probably use her. Yeah, I would probably use Cyrene here. I don't have her built, unfortunately. So I guess I'll just use this guy as a low-cost bro to throw down. Then I'll put you. We want one more damage dealer. AOE, probably you. We have no healer. That's okay. Yeah, she might be useful here. This is the only place I could really see her being super useful. So what I will do is I will put her... but she's not going to attack here. She's only going to be able to attack them right when they're in that spawn point. So what I would do is I'd probably put... Yeah, that's going to be the only problem. Okay. We'll see what happens here. All right, so we'll throw him down. He should be able to do something to these guys. No, not really. That's okay. Whatever. I have no block. I don't have him built very well. Yeah, I think the only thing is, like, that's going to be maybe the only useful thing she can do, honestly. Yeah. Interesting. I guess what we have to do is do something stupid here because I don't have Cyrene built. You would use Cyrene probably here normally or someone else, but I can just go like this for now. I just want to see wave 2. How effective she is. Or even, that seems like I don't even have gear on Morrigan because that seems like really low damage. I'm on the test server, so clearly, you know, I don't even know who's geared. It's not my normal account. Again, see, the problem is the start. You'd have to use Cyrene with the generation. And then what you would do is you go like this. I just don't know if it's going to be that viable. I don't know. A lot of people are using chaotic teams in here, so I just don't know that it'd be super viable to do this. Let's see what kind of damage she deals. She can hit them. She does kind of put the poison on them. You know, it's not terrible. It's really not terrible. Yeah. Not terrible, not amazing. That's what I'm seeing so far here. I just don't know where... Maybe that new gear dungeon is the place she's intended to be, but I mean, for one bit of content, I just don't see a viable area for her, to be honest. It's just, it's such a weird range. She need to have like another tile wide or something. I don't know. She has a little bit of poison that spreads, but I just don't... Other than that, like, I don't really see... You know, because like she just can't hit targets over here. She just can't hit them. She's gonna give some additional block. She only hits them as they come in. I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's not awful here. I think she's gonna be usable in Arena, and I think she's gonna be usable in that brand new gear raid. Other than that, I just don't know where you're gonna use her. It's just a weird attack range. Yeah, you can hit her with the guild boss, but I don't know. Poison's not super viable there, and she does AOE damage, so you're not going to want to use her in Guild Boss. You're going to use her in AOE content. I don't know where she's going to be used. I just don't know. That's pretty much all I can see here is where you're going to use her, you know? Pretty much it. Pretty much it. I don't know where you're gonna... Yeah, she does like just okay up top. Like she can, yeah, she can handle them a little bit. I think it's here. I think it's Arena, and I think it's that Gear Raid 6 or 5 or whatever it is. 5. Gear Raid 5. I think it's Gear Raid 5 in Arena. I think that's it. I think it's the only place you can use her. She does decent here. She does decent here. But she's hard to get started. Like, when do you place her, you know? She's doing pretty good now. That was a big explosion by her. Let's see what kind of... that was that a 533k? Is that what that hit for? Did you guys see that? I think she hits hard when she gets that... there was some sort of explosion that happened. I swear I saw 533k. Maybe it was a 53k. Maybe I didn't read that right. Yeah, it had to be a 53k, right? We'll check her damage after and see how she did compared to... you know, so Morrigan had like multiple rounds by herself. So take that with a grain of salt when we see her damage. Yeah, whatever. We'll upload that just for fun. It's going to be a terrible one, but... all right, so she does a lot of damage. I think she's AOE Arena specialist and maybe a Gear Raid 5 specialist. That's it. I don't know where else you're going to use her. You could maybe use her in Void Rift. You could maybe use her... you could probably make some use in Void Rift of her. You could probably make some use in campaign, possibly, if you really want to force it. I don't know. She's not going to be super needed in a lot of content. That's going to be it for the video. It's kind of a long video, but I just wanted to go through... oh, I guess I'll show you my build for her. I just put her in some high attack with some curse. Right here, we got curse, attack, attack. Crit damage with some attack and some crit, 100 crit damage, fairly high attack. It's just some okay attack speed. I just don't know. Just don't know. Yeah, it's weird. All right, that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like and that subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.